Hey everyone, Clueless Crafts here, and today, due to popular demand, I will be making a rainbow unicorn. Here is every color you will need to make one yourself. And here is the shapes we need for the unicorn's ears, head, body, and legs. The white background is a little harsh, so let's change that to pink. There. Now, starting with the body, I'm rolling out one end so we are left with a cone shape. Then gently pressing down against the table to flatten both ends. Should look something like this. Now onto the legs. Rolling out a ball into a thick log with rounded ends, we will then cut the log in half. Taking a small ball of gold clay, I'm first splitting that in half before rolling out the halves and squishing into discs. We are going to attach the disc to the cut side of the leg and roll them against the table to join them together. Then just push against the table to flatten the hoof into shape. I repeat these steps for the other legs, and once they are all made, I take a ball-pointed sculpting tool and flatten out the end that will be attached to the body. You can also use your fingers to smooth them out as well, and it should look something like this when you're done. Time to attach the legs to the body, so I start with the front legs, smoothing onto the body as I go. And for the back legs, I place them laying down as our unicorn will be in a seated position. I used the neck as a handle to minimize fingerprints on the body, which stretched it out a little, so I'm just fixing that with a little trim before moving on to the head. For the head, you will roll out the clay on one side into a sort of bean shape that will look something like this. For the ears, take a small ball and roll it out a bit before squishing it between your fingertips into a diamond shape. Once you're happy with the shape, make an indent in the middle with a ball-pointed tool before cutting in half. My cut was a little off-center, so I fixed that by trimming off a little extra. Then for some added shape, I'm bending the ear inward to give it a slight curve. Now attach both ears to the top of the head, smooth out the ends to secure them, and use your thumb and index finger to pinch the ears together so that they point more upwards and look less like a cat. Next are some indents for eyes, as well as some small indents on the nose for nostrils. The last part of the head will be the horn. For this, I'm rolling out some more gold clay into a long tube. I cut that in half, then roll out the ends of each to make a long tapered cone. Push the cones together and, holding one end, twist the other until you're happy with the spiral shape. Give it a few rolls against the table and cut off the base to the length you want your horn to be. I ended up cutting mine way too long the first time, so I trimmed off a bit more until it looked a bit more proportional. Time for assembly, then some black clay for the eyes. And I will be pre-baking this at 220 for 10 minutes before adding on the mane and tail. So while that's baking, let's take our rainbow colors and roll out a bunch of hair strands. I also apply some liquid Sculpey to make attaching easier. Starting with the tail, I'm constructing it on the table before adding it to the body. Just following rainbow order and slightly overlapping the hair strands when I switch to the next color. You can leave the hair straight, but I'm giving mine a slight wave to it. And once the colors are on, I use a silicone tool to pick it up before attaching it to the body. I'm having the tail wrap around the front as I think it looks super cute, but attach it any way you want. For the unicorn's mane, we are going to make it the same way as the tail, but this time we are stopping one color short before we attach it to the body. This is so we can be really accurate with how the front pieces of the hair lay around the horn and around the ears. A bit more liquid Sculpey and the mane goes on. I'm adding a few additional pieces to fill in any gaps along the edges of the mane, then I'm adding all the face framing pieces where I think it will look good. When you're looking at the top of the head, try to have all the hair strands originate from the same point. And when you like how it looks, press down against the head to smooth everything out. Then it's just a final trip to the oven at 220 for 20 minutes and our rainbow unicorn is complete. If you liked how it turned out or plan to make one yourself, let me know down in the comments below. But otherwise, hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you later. Bye!